when you're one of the funniest comedians for adults, but you're also a best-selling children's author, which version of yourself do you bring to Australia when you're coming all the way from London?
Well, if you're David Walliams, you bring both, of course. The star of Little Britain and writer of more than 40 books for the young and young at heart will soon be hitting stages around the country for a very special series of shows. And we are thrilled. David is joining us live from London right now. David, welcome. Let's just start with the book tour first, because this is a daytime show for fans of your slightly, well, you're wonderful, but slightly wacky stories. So what can they expect to see? My kids absolutely love your books.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. I didn't sound very happy about it, but I am. Yeah, I'm really excited because I've been doing this one-man book show around the UK for a long time, and I just took it to South Africa. And for the first time ever, I'm taking it to Australia, and I'm super excited. It's a fun show for families because I'm doing this other show in the evening, which is more aimed at adults, and lots of people were asking me, oh, will it be suitable for children? Well, this show, the book show, certainly is, and it's for fans of my books, but it's a piece of entertainment, and I want to get kids into reading more, coming up with their own stories. There'll be chances for them to ask me anything they want. There's prizes for the best questions. There's audience interaction. I ask kids in the audience if they'd like their mum or dad to be in The World's Worst Parents and why. So I think it's a fun hour, and then the chance if anyone wants to meet me afterwards, they can. So I've actually been doing it all this last weekend around the UK. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to be able to do both shows for slightly different audiences.
So, I mean, there is an opportunity for kids to ask you questions, and sometimes they have far more interesting questions than we do, like 100%. Have you had some curly ones?
Well, I have to stop myself sometimes being a bit naughty in the answers to the questions, because a kid asked me the other day. They said, oh, what was your favourite book when you were growing up? And I did this whole thing about how I loved going to the library with my mum and dad, and I wasn't that into reading until I read 50 Shades of Grey. And it was a joke for the grown-ups, but sometimes I just can't help myself. But yeah, kids write me funny letters. Dear David, I'm writing to you because you're my second favourite author. My favourite author is J.K. Rowling, but my teacher said she'd be far too busy to reply, so here I am writing to you. I got another one from a girl saying that she wanted me to kind of open her school fete in the north of England, and she said, I know it's a long way away, but my teacher, Miss Kirby, says you can have a sleepover at her house. I'll be sharing these letters and more. Yeah, it's really funny. I mean, I get obviously lots of nice letters, but I quite like the funny ones or the silly ones. I got one from a lady in the Philippines who rather fancied me, and she said, I like you because of your smile, your age, and your shape, in brackets, quite fat. So really honest letters.
Was that maybe that one was lost in translation? That could have been, you know, that last one, because
I don't mind. I mean, look, if there's a chubby chaser out there for me, I'll take them.
Okay. Well, you've heard it here first on Australian TV. Let's move on to later in the day. Obviously, the adults' turn, and we've got a little preview of what I feel like we're sort of sliding into that section now. But you're doing an audience with shows at night. What's involved with that? What can people expect?
Well, I'll be doing a couple of Little Britain characters for your entertainment. I'll be telling lots of funny stories about my life and my glittering career in show business. Again, there's a chance for people to ask me anything they want, and it's a stand-up show with someone asking a few questions along the way. But I'm just there to entertain the audience for 2 hours, and I want people to go away on a high, having had an absolutely brilliantly entertaining evening. So,
David, is there any chance that Aussies are a bit more laid back than maybe the UK audiences?
Yeah, gives you a bigger laugh?
Do you cater for that?
They're a lot more laid back. Well, I think that's why, you know, Little Britain and Come Fly With Me were such big successes in Australia. And me and Matt actually got to tour Australia with our Little Britain tour. We never thought, you know, we would have such a big audience there. So, yeah, I mean, for me, like, my favourite comedian of all time was Barry Humphries. Well, still is Barry Humphries. Not with us anymore. And so there is something about that naughty sense of humour that I think we both share as nations. And so I've always felt a big connection to, Australian culture and humour. And I think when we came to Australia for the first time, we realised that it went both ways. And so yes, I think the thing about Australians is they are unshockable, which is a good thing. I like to shock. Because it's exciting to shock. So let's just see, because I've got something I've been working on for the end of the show.
Well, David, do you want to try it out on us?
Yeah, well, test your theory right
we're
now.
your test audience.
It's a really big, outrageous visual joke that I can't quite explain. And also, it was a prize winner. But it's like...
Does it require you standing up? Or?
Yes.
No?
When I suggested it to the producers, even they were shocked. So it's fun, isn't it? I mean, I think people quite like being shocked and naughty humour. It's what I love. And I always think it's not necessary for everybody, but I look at Life of Brian, right? My favourite comedy film of all time. Probably the Pope doesn't like it very much. Doesn't. It's not for everybody. But saying that, I hope everybody comes to see my shows.
I think it is for everybody, and I think that's why there are adults who love you, and then you've got an entire next generation of people who are buying your books, little kids. I mean, it's what we need in this world, isn't it? A good laugh, and especially to be a bit naughty sometimes, it's okay. Not if you're my kids, if you're watching. Don't be naughty, be good, but everyone else is totally fine.
No, it's fun being naughty, isn't it? And I often talk to the kids because I wrote these books, The World's Worst Children, and they really come alive when I start asking them if they've got brothers or sisters who should be in the books and stuff like that. They really love naughtiness. They love being mischievous. When I go into schools, it's actually super fun because then it's kind of like the kids have it over the teachers.
Yes.
And for an hour, they kind of get to sort of run riot. I get them to say, if I was writing World's Worst Teachers, who would you nominate? And they get so fired up. Even in a I've been to South Africa recently and did that, and and it took them a while to warm up. But once I'd asked them that question, they started kind of pointing the finger at all their teachers they were having.
Love getting one
I mean, I absolutely love it. It's fantastic having these different audiences. And the other thing about kids is that kids about sort of 11 or 12 are starting to discover Little Britain and Come Fly With Me through YouTube and downloads and all that. So there's a whole audience there. So when I do book signings and stuff for kids, they're always asking me to do voices and impressions and things like that. So I'm really glad because Little Britain was sketches, I think it sort of makes sense on YouTube. And there's nothing quite been like it. There's been brilliant comedy shows, but no one has done that kind of cartoony style with characters again and short form sketches. So I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. Like a new generation are discovering it.
Yeah, we cannot wait to see you down under. Remind us when you're coming again.
Never. No, I'm
We're going to put all the information on our website.
I'm never coming. No, I'm coming in September and October.
Okay, great. For more information on An Audience With and David Walliams' book show, you can head to themorningshow.com.au. We know when it is. There we go.
There it
Touring
is.
Australia,
Let's
September,
send it to
October.
David as well, just to refresh his memory. Oh, that was the best. You've been a delight. Thank you, David. What a joy.
Thank you so much for having me.